I'm just getting ready, and so is Joe. It's about 8:30. Today we're going to the killing fields and the S21 prison in Penh. We haven't learnt about it yet much. We did go to a museum in Siem Reap about it, but it was fairly brief, so yeah, we're going to learn more about that today, because obviously being in Cambodia there is a lot of history here, so we want to learn more before we leave, because the next stop we're going to will be Phu Quoc, which is in Vietnam. Basically we're going to get a tuk-tuk to the first one. Oh no, I think we're going to walk to the first one actually, because it's only a 20-minute walk. Then we'll get a tuk-tuk to the next one. Also, I'm wearing clothes to cover my shoulders today, and I'm going to bring trousers to cover my legs, because I googled it and it just said it's a bit more respectful to do that. I'm just making a coffee. Joe's doing his daily press-ups. And he also made us a little fruit bowl. We've got yogurt, which we bought yesterday, and then we do have granola, which we kept in our suitcase from the last time. And I kept the coffee sachets as well. So we're trying to save money by keeping things in our bags, and it is working because we don't have to buy as much. We have to open this, Joe. Trap his fingers. I also bought this sugar one time, and now I keep that in my bag as well. So I've always got sugar on hand. You don't want to buy a whole thing of sugar every time you want to make a coffee.
Here's our fruit bowls. There's only one small bowl and one big bowl, so Alice agreed to have the small one, and then she's got like a weird teaspoon as well, and I've got an actual spoon. We've got yogurt, granola, and again, show you one seat, so Alice is gonna sit on the cushions. She did offer to do all of this, I'm not forcing her obviously. And this is our view. Not too shabby for a morning breakfast on the balcony. Pretty good.
This is where we're gonna go.
We've just arrived at the museum / prison. It's just through here. We've just picked up our audio tours, and we were hoping to share, but they're like headphone types like that, so we can't share them, so we've had to buy one each, which is annoying, but it's had to be done. Yeah, we'll start making our way in a minute. These are some of the mass detention cells. So people are obviously kept in these little cells. Hello, a bit of a change of scenery.
Yeah, we've spent about 3 hours in the doing the audio tour, which is a long time.
Yeah, when you go on a group tour, you can only get an hour 15 or an hour 20 in there.
Yeah, we were glad we didn't do that because we needed longer, didn't we?
Yeah, and we took it all in, listened to everything, all the extra bits, etc, etc.
Yeah, we didn't skip any of it.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, very sad, very harrowing, crazy.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff that went on.
Really, really graphic as well. Like, I would really recommend anyone to do it if they come to Cambodia. Like, you've got to do it, but it is really sad.
Yeah. So yeah, now we're out for lunch.
Yeah, it's like 1:30 or 2 o'clock.
Yeah, 1:55.
1:55, good guess. We've come to kind of like a burrito bowl, falafel bowl kind of place.
Yeah, then we're gonna head to the killing fields afterwards, so we'll get a tuk-tuk. My food has just turned up, and look at that. That looks cracking, to be fair. That is mayo chicken, refried beans, jalapenos, tomatoes. You can see the rest, guacamole. Got some hot sauce and some cucumber mayo. Looks banging, to be fair. Alice is still waiting for hers. Thumbs up.
And this is mine: falafel, hummus, rice, salad, honey mustard and cucumber mayo.
Looks good.
We had a lovely lunch. It was really good, wasn't it?
Yeah, really nice.
Felt very healthy but also very filling.
Yeah.
And now we're on our way to the killing fields for the second half of the afternoon. And a tuk-tuk that we've ordered on Grab.
Yes.
Ooh, pushing our way through. This doesn't feel very safe.
Could you put that in?
They just go where they want. They're all waiting on the pavement to get in, like pushing in the traffic. Martuk, the driver, was trying to squeeze in that tiny gap until he realised he couldn't fit.
They never get annoyed at each other as well, somehow.
Yeah, they never have road rage.
Everyone just pushes in, pulls in front of everyone, but no one ever cares. They just deal with it.
Yeah. I just spotted myself in the mirror.
Getting blown to bits.
We're at the second stop now, which is the killing fields. And this one includes an audio tour, so we're going to start that soon. And follow the path. And this is really nice, everyone's written messages. An update. We were in the tuk-tuk at about 5 o'clock and now it's about 6:20. We just bought some papaya and then we went to 7-Eleven and bought a couple of snacks, and now we're walking to Super Duper, which is the shop we went to yesterday, and hoping to get something for dinner like pasta and cheese or something cheaper than going out, and then we will head back and make some food. It's been a very long day of walking around. It's been really interesting. Yes, it's been tiring at the same time.
How many should we get?
Yeah, I think 4.
Can you take the basket?
Have we got any more left?
Good evening, I'm just prepping some pasta because that's what we're going to have for our dinner. We bought this basil, tomato sauce, we've got pasta and we've got parmesan cheese, and then yeah, we've got some snack bits, some Oreos and some Pringles that we're going to save for the Arsenal match at 2 AM, which I'm sure Alice is looking so forward to. But I am very excited because it's a very big match against Real Madrid.
It's nearly 8 o'clock. I've just hung out all our washing where we can anyway. There isn't really places to hang it, so we've just hung it random places. I'm also cutting all the blue string out of this washing that we got done, the one that smells like yogurt that we got done at the last place, because they've put string in every single piece of clothing, so I've had to cut it all out. Really strange.
Yeah.
Not sure why they did that. And also at the same time, many chores. Cooking dinner, pasta.
This is the finished product.
2003, but it ondy tried Khmer Rouge in the topmost leadership position, trial. Instead, they gave testimony and offered insight into the cruel system that had...
Good evening.
Good evening.
My hair's a bit of a mess. Sorry we didn't film much today. I don't think it's a very long one, and everything we did film was probably just meals rather than what we actually spent the majority of the day doing, which was exploring the 2 museums. We spent like 3 hours walking around the first one and then 2 hours walking around the second one, would you say?
Yeah, at least, yeah.
So we're really glad that we went by ourselves in a tuk-tuk rather than with a tour, because the tour would only allow you like 1 hour 15 or an hour and a half in each museum, which wouldn't have been enough time for us.
No, definitely not.
Because we did the audio tours and we listened to every single like number, so we would have had to cut it short.
Yeah, we didn't take pauses or sit down or waste time or anything,
so we're pleased we did that.
Definitely.
But yeah, it was really, really interesting and really, really graphic as well. Really kind of just harrowing and sad and like,
yeah, just crazy.
Like incomprehensible. Like we were saying to each other, you look in the rooms and you try to visualize what it was like, but you kind of can't, because your brain can't even go there to the extent of like how scary and bad it was at the time.
Yeah, it was mental. And when we'll be back in the room this evening, I've actually, well, Alice was as well, I've been mainly watching some YouTube videos explaining a little bit more about the Khmer Rouge.
Yeah.
And it was after the Civil War that it all started. Some bad leadership led to the Communist Party trying to take over.
Yeah.
Which is basically what the Khmer Rouge are. Basically like took over all the like countryside sort of
rural areas.
Yeah, the rural areas. They overtook all the rural areas, and all the people that weren't very educated, they sort of taught them about their ideas and how it should be on a classless country, and no money, and they should be all self-sufficient, etc, etc. They trained them on that, and then sort of built an army out of them, and then had some of the North Vietnam, because the Vietnam War was also going on at the same time between the communists and non-communists, so they got the communist parts of the Vietnam to joining in. I recommend watching a video on it if anyone wants more info, but yeah, we can explain what we saw basically. But yeah, so they took over, and then they went to Penh, which is where we are now, the capital city. They said that there was going to be more bombs from America, because America had bombed Cambodia as part of the Vietnam War. So they were leading everyone out of the country, out of the capital city into the countryside. And then they just, forced them out of their homes, got them to the countryside. Some people died on the way because they took people out of hospitals, out of care, etc. And then that's when we started learning about obviously the S21 prison, which is where we were today.
Yeah, it was really eerie to look around because it was previously a school, and then it was turned into a prison. So
obviously in the prison was where people were captured, and you might see some clips of sort of the rooms that they were kept in, and then they were tortured and stuff like that. And then we also went to the killing fields where people were taken to be just executed. They just basically tried to teach everyone their ideals, and anyone that put up any fight or even just questioned why they were there sort of thing were executed. And part of their ideals were quite horrible as well. They had, what was their saying? It said, in order to get rid of a weed, you have to pull it by the roots. And what they meant by that in these terms is if there was like a traitor, as they called it, someone that didn't agree with their ideals, they would be executed, and it also meant that their whole family would be executed. So a father who did not agree with their ideals, they would also kill his wife, kids, basically to get rid of the root, as they call it.
And it could be anyone, not necessarily someone who's saying they disagree in that moment, but someone who maybe previously had a job working for like an old political party or
exactly.
Like it could be so irrelevant.
And they killed a lot of academics, because again they wanted a sort of classless state, whatever they were aiming to get. So they killed a lot of academics. So it was as simple as some people that wore glasses. I'm not laughing, it's funny, but some people
some people
that wore glasses were killed. Yeah, there was lots to take in and lots to just be blown away by.
Yeah, they had lots of other prisons as well. This is just the kind of most famous one. And the killing fields as well, which is they killed about up to 300 people a day. They'd take there and kill. So a lot of people. But yeah, it was really depressing, to be honest.
Yeah.
So yeah, we didn't film much because we were just taking in all the information.
Good evening or good morning or whatever it is. It is, what time is it? It's 4 o'clock in the morning and Arsenal just beat Real Madrid 3-0 at the Emirates. Let's go. Can't be too loud because Alice is asleep. But it was worth staying up for. Get in. We still got to, well, we don't have to beat them at the Bernabeu now, but we still got to play them at the Bernabeu and keep the lead. But that is how you do it. Get in. It's going to be hard to sleep now with the adrenaline, but hopefully I'll be able to get off. Night night.